Hi, this is Rocco, and welcome to our daily Oracle card video reading with the fairy cards and the fairies. For those of you who are wondering who are the fairies, rest assured that you can contact me at esotericservices.america@gmail.com to bring your needs so I can bring in my wisdom and we can meet halfway, so to speak, to uncover the treasures of nature who are the fairies. So again, I'm going to use Doreen Virtue's fairy deck. Yesterday's card, if you remember, was Holiday. Broadcasting here from my house in Rome. A lot of you need to change the way you approach reality. It seems that most of the people who are going to read my wisdom through the daily oracle card that I draw, not the video reading but the actual written one, or some people are going to read that, and some people are more going to identify themselves with this reading. That's the video. That's what I'm guided to tell you. So today's card is, I see totally different topics and some sort of movement, kind of like towards the winter card caught my attention. So towards a place where you can meditate better. That's why people from the north are usually more useful in terms of culture. They've given more to humanity, not in terms of humanity but in terms of intelligence and in terms of career and these things that you need to think about. Although certainly the Scandinavian gods gave it a go with instinct, pride and splendor, but Odin, it's not all that there is in Norway and the so-called Northern Hemisphere, including Canada and so forth. Today's card is Whom Do You Need to Forgive? And it comes with another card that's coming out, Dietary Change. And it depicts, and I'm also guided to point you towards the Easy Does It card. There's a lot of novelties for you. Diet change, improve your life, improve your diet, sorry, and your life will also improve. Basically, there's as much as it's true that there's a lot of ways to ruin people's lives. Just think about horror movies and the way you can slash somebody's throat, or people get, not I encourage that, or it's obviously illegal, so don't do it, but one can provoke it with magic, but at the same time, not me. So refrain from that. But you can use the imagery of, say, horror to create that wonderful tension that explodes into some sort of deathgasm that it's full of that life that never was. So as death gives us ideas, it's true that also life does. And any change is a good change. So anything is part of us. Any symbol is a symbol that we can use. Any symbol, I'm going to write about that later, is a symbol that we can employ to be more in touch with the energies of regular society, and especially the wisdom of the ancient gods of Atlantis was to bring to the non-surface the concept again of water. So we are very connected to water. Actually, right now I'm thinking I've been besides the change of season, which was there yesterday too, and we there tomorrow and after tomorrow and so on until summer solstice. But it has to be said that I've been very drawn towards drinking water today, and I think that part of it is because today is a day that's in a sexual way close to emotions. So water can be well, sex is more fire, but water can be heated up. So water is more a prerequisite, if you will, the emotion, the um, desire, the draw towards a partner that you have, if not fall in love with, at least like in terms of emotionally. So even if you're not going to marry her, you at least try to bring it to your table. So it's a good day to change your eating habits. It's a good day to realize what I was telling you about Atlantis and how it came to be a proposition of the true will of God towards humanity through the ascension process that was almost infernal in terms of going downwards to escalate the higher echelons of spirit and of therefore of being. So really, I see today's society being very shallow and being very disconnected from, again, the old teachings of thought and Isis and Mother Mary, all these entities that have, in a way or another, contributed to our well-being. So, in say demonic terms, is a day for blatant sexuality, but I see that it's also to some of you a day to discover who you are, sort of getting close to that. Winter season, fairies say that it's a season for um, change, getting ready for change, getting ready for lust, getting ready for rest. It's a change that does not show itself because ice is still water, but it's a season that can touch your heart if you know how to live it with the total understanding of the idea of completeness in terms of man and woman. Today, more biologically and psychologically, as it were, but usually, of course, a man and a woman understand each other spiritually, which is something that God certainly condones. So the understanding of each other's selves in the tantric discipline of tantric sex, which it was of us, just like we were part of the stars. But some stars were retained that stardom, and those were the angels, and some stars fell to earth, and that's us being incarnated in the earth angels that we are. And the fallen angels perhaps wanted to get even closer to us by surrendering their, as we said, stardom to be closer to the nature of man. So that could be an interpretation. Just like in chaos magic, there isn't just one way to look at things, but whichever way I teach you is the way that that particular energy calls forth. So if you want to be a Christian, you do have to know that the essence of the god Ares, that was a warrior god in ancient Greece, or Hera, that was common in Rome, or Diana, same thing. These gods and goddesses, Athena and stuff, they have the same essence of demons, whereas but they're nature spirits, whereas gnomes and elves and sometimes most elves and sometimes fairies, they have an essence that's more angelic. So in nature we have a little bit of everything, and I'm not sure what would have happened without the fall of mankind and the fall of Lucifer, Azazel, and such in terms of nature showing one side or another. Possibly, nature shows only the side that it wants to show at that particular moment in time, but humans have the right to make the most of it, and definitely it has to be clear that for whatever reason you want to come with us, you can come with us at a deeper level. If you want to be an initiate of the vampire religion or paganism or angel magic or voodoo, any of these things that are called magic, because they are. Even there's some say that there's even Christian magic, and I agree to that, because Christian cosmology is the most complete. If one knows what Christianity is, which is what 98% of the people who go to church don't even don't even get close to. So kind of like they ate from the apple, but without the good part of it, and still wanted more. But they call themselves Christians because they think that all that there is, if they're Protestants, it's Jesus. If they're Christians, perhaps God. A lot of Christians, though, take a lot of care of, righteously, but of the good saints of heaven. And a lot of people think that the devil can only harm people. A lot of people think that God can only do good. And so they see him in a limit form that is not his thought form of pure freedom. At the same time, Lucifer can do what he likes, although he has some parameters that he has to oblige to if he wants to stay in the universe that he lives in, so which is the same as ours. So water and fire, earth and air combined together bring you a fairy tale, and the fairy tale of three is the law of the jungle, and Membo can go Rembo. So rhyming, so getting back to the initiations, Obia, the Obi man, the initiatory form of voodoo that in Africa black people used to practice and still do, in Nigeria especially, and other regions of Western Africa. Sometimes even in Somalia before the Muslims came. And when the Muslims went to Somalia, it has to be made clear that they absolutely rejected all that was there before, and they didn't discern between what was taught by the fallen angels, so to speak, to mankind to instruct them with things that came from God's realm, and from what was used to corrupt this wisdom that was very initiatory into something that God would approve in terms of not giving too much to humans. So really, again, like Asmodeus teaches, there's many ways to look at certain things, and not only one way. After all, every demon makes one dream possession turn one's head around, metaphorically and sometimes physically, because you have to think more at a 360 degrees sort of thing, rather than in a Christian 90 degrees sort of thing, or other types of geometry figures, so like Metatron's flower of life. How many Christians do even know that there is the existence of the current highest degree angel, when if Lucifer goes back to heaven, which I doubt he will, perhaps, but he might. I'm sure he will go back to his original glory. And which reminds me of William Blake's painting Satan in his former glory, and when and if he'll be back there, which again it's controversial these days. And not that I would necessarily want a Lucifer that becomes once again the brightest star of heaven, but Metatron is right now a star that's bright of his own color, that's not the devil's color. and when the devil will be the anointed cherub again, so to speak, as he was a seraphim, a servant of fire. Um, he he will take the form of pure love, and if he goes back there, and he will be more important of Metatron, who, by the way, was a human, as Prophet Enoch. And Metatron, I'm wondering how many Christians, like Christians who go to church, know of God's first choice angel, and I'm sure that they were taught, uh, although they do pray to their own guardian angel, that you cannot pray to angels. So isn't the guardian angel an angel, and especially isn't, I don't know, Saint Raphael, that if you go to the website of the Vatican, which is here in Rome, Saint Raphael's got a lot of prayers, say to find a good spouse or to find your soulmate. And so people in the church know that there's the possibility to pray to these angels to get a certain result. But most people today just fucking take it to the point that they don't know where they're going, and it's all about those tracks that they're in that give them that shift of electricity, and they don't know where it comes from, but it keeps them alive, keeps them with a purpose, keeps them with a fixed timetable, and keeps them full of people. So you have to be a loner if you want to be part of what we all want to be part of, the spiritual world. And good news for you, you're part of it already. So one last card for today. I usually draw one, but if the spirits kind of push me to the right direction, I'm allowed to draw more. Pregnancy. It is farly known that God Jehovah, so the Creator, when He created humankind, created men and women with the same dignity. Although women came from man, because Lilith was kind of like a chicken tenderloin. Her rib was, Adam's bone was taken out of him physically, and of course Adam and Eve, or Adam and Lilith, don't have a physical parent. They have God as a parent. That is certainly a good foster parent. And if you think about it, Lilith was created to be part of him, and he was created to be without part of himself, to receive part of her spiritually. So this connection between male and female, in terms of what could have been known back then, biology, created later on people who were not lacking, including Adam when he reincarnated, were not lacking anything in their skeleton. They were not lacking bones and stuff. Nor do they lack boner, because eventually Adam did get laid in the end, but it took him some time. So and then not as much as Lilith, but if you count the spiritual encounters that Lilith had with Adam, if I'm allowed to say it, in terms of incubi and succubi, she's definitely shagged him quite a few more times than Eve. But in the end, it's not that counts, is it? It's true love. So for God, so it's the idea of everyone having the same dignity that sort of fuels up God's enthusiasm too, because God is enthusiastic too. The word enthusiasm means from the Greek telos, God, and so in. So having God inside, so that's funny. Just like when I say that Satan is possessive, so because he's really sticks up for you and to you, and God in his delightful wisdom and honor thought and then spoke and then things came to be. So magic. And then, so you said that the intention, say in his case, to create the universe and everyone in it, and he spoke, and I'm creating this, and this was created. That's pretty much what happened. So, given that you're not God, you could be a god in satanic terms, but you're not Jehovah. So, if you put yourself on the magic table with the awareness, so I'm not even going to call it an intention, it's the awareness that as above, so below, you are moving parts of society, and you're moving around people like some sort of mind game that you play on them. And you move people to your game, and they don't realize they're being moved, just like they don't realize a lot of things of spirit. And you can put them in any situation that's vital or deadly, kind of like Sneaky Lucifer did. And because the devil is an essence and an angel and a beast, while the Trinity is a concept, an elevation, and a jointness of forces. So it has to be clear that when Adam died, because eventually he died, Lilith did not, but when Adam reincarnated, he had the same bone structure that he was created with to begin with, and so did Lilith. She was complete. I mean, whatever Eve came to be. So and men and women retained that spiritual difference that perhaps the goddess didn't understand fully back then, of the difference between male and female in terms of different energies, because it's something that, well, first of all, an angel doesn't know either on the physical plane, and then Jesus never experienced, Mother Mary wasn't there, God never fucked anyone except perhaps fucked some people up in the mind, but not intentionally. So it has to be clear that cutting short, as everyone knows, I was saying God told me that he gave the possibility to men to be with women or men, and to women to be with women or men, so straight and or homosexual, and that's God's will for us and our nature. And what God says in whichever translation of the Bible you think is closest to the original message of God, that you absolutely reckon it's all there in the Bible. You never thought anything different or more than that. He's basically it's a millennia of those 200 pages, and that's it. But it's not. So he's a lot unlike Jehovah's Witnesses. He thinks so, and whenever he thinks of us, he thinks of us with love, because every thought of the Son of God, Christ, and us is a thought of love. So if you can't think love, you can't love. If you can't love, automatically you're not a Christian. That is why Jehovah's Witnesses are idiots. But Jehovah respects them anyway for what they, I think, part of it, what they bring out in terms of organization, volunteering, and perhaps a good, they know how to make the message of Christ, when they understand it, the message of Christ, so not in this case, but the message of Christ, modern and easy. So they simplify a lot, and when they get it, it's amazing. But we need everything in this world, from again, the brightest star to the most dirty pond. It's all part of the universe, and we take the symbol for whatever, say, brightest star, knowledge, Lucifer, the morning star, or Astarte, or Venus, the planet of love. And then, so it's another way of reading Lucifer. And or the dirty pond just brings me forward the possibility of cursing an enemy, in terms of cursing her femininity, because the pond is kind of like a lake, so it's a pussy basically, and if it's dirty, so you can apply any symbol to any reality, kind of like in psychology, if you want to heal or sicken a person or situation. And that was my idea today. So pregnancy means it's a day that you want to be fertile. So as everyone knows, God gave, and this is resurfacing right now with science, the possibility in Saudi Arabia or one of these countries of the Arabic world, men can get pregnant, and it's known already that women can bear children. I mean, woman plus another woman. So science is bringing back the gift that God gave us initially, so that men could be gay and have children, and women could be gay and have children as well. So which makes me really want to laugh at the face of all these people that they're still pondering if we as gay people can adopt children, or what really counts in the education of another, and in terms of energy, if they'll be balanced, and so on and so forth. And it's something that really Mother Mary told me that she utterly despises, when people judge other people for being homosexual, and unluckily that's something that Jesus wasn't, but that he was mistaken to be. And you don't have to draw that line of connection between homosexuality and weakness, because it's truly non-existent. The weakness is to again, not to think of certain things. So be fertile, be forgiving, leave your past behind you. Kind of like get off your clothes, and like a fairy or goddess, walk through an enchanted golden path in a forest. And this is today's meditation. And so imagine yourself, not me, imagine yourself naked. So imagine you naked, and you especially imagine yourself to be graceful like fairies are. And you walking through trees, and in a forest you see that there is a sun high in the sky that is initially yellow and then becomes blue, light blue. And this sun is the sun of Sirius, that's gleaming on Earth. And it feels very distant from your fairy essence. And there comes the night, and you are naked on a side of a river. Possibly you picture yourself as a woman, as a goddess, whether you're male or female, because let me tell you, we all have both male and female in us. If that wasn't so, say, men wouldn't have intuition, or they wouldn't dream, or even they wouldn't have beauty at all. So no planet is ever 100%, including God. No energy is ever all of one color. So there's different shades of gray, and there's different shades of other colors too. So you sit by a river, try to unleash your inner goddess. But before roaring, before doing that, you drink from the source and you spend quiet time in meditation, and you picture the stars bright and um, exceptionally beautiful. And star is stars are on your hair. Sparkle is all over your body. And it seems like you're made of gold, and you are by now alchemically perfect. And all that you got, you want to put out there. Start alchemy and just start transmuting yourself in something or someone better. Something or someone better means something that has to be elevated, like it was God's intention to. And now you leave your past behind, you forgive yourself. So today's card, who do you need to forgive? Forgive yourself for being yourself. And with here lustered with stars and the energy of nature all around you, you jump down and you want to perhaps go see the leprechauns, or go at a even deeper level like hell, to tap in your subconscious, and you become a fallen angel, and you kind of look a little bit like Lucifer, and you knock on someone else said on heaven's gate or heaven's door, but you're knocking on some sort of passage onto the underworld beneath the forest. And because you are a goddess already and you are full of stars, perhaps now you are the goddess of Astarte, the goddess of nature. And with your hands joined in prayer, you are like a genie going down and exploring what this world has to give you, and then floating because your essence is higher. Now Lucifer closes the passage behind you, and right now this is hell, and it's very exciting atmosphere. You're seeing Mastema, the Egyptian goddess. You see Lilith, some of the legions of Lilith. And you go down and you see people having fun, and you're not sure what they're doing, but they like it. There's people having sex. And then you go back up through another passage that brings you forward and upwards onto the sky, and you join the Queen of Heaven, Astaroth. That was the original Queen of Heavens before Mother Mary was invented or created or believed. But Mary is the queen of, historically the queen of, was the queen of the celestial heavens, while Astaroth is the queen of the earthly skies. But heaven is heaven, so you join her, elevating yourself from your fears. Now you become a star. You not only wear it, not only part of you is it, but you all glittering God's grace and love and ideas of perfection, beauty, and grace. So looking at yourself in the mirror, you almost look like Archangel Haniel, and you see the whole universe in front of you, and you meditate on which choice you want to make. If you want to be a celestial angel, a nature spirit, a goddess of nature from the energy that you felt, or if you want to go down in hell and be a demon. And this is today's meditation for you to do on your own. What kind of spirit would you like to be if you were given the choice to? And really, you have the choice to call them forth. So, in a way, you can be that. If you call forth, you can open back your eyes. If you call forth the elves or other playful spirits of nature that are of angelic nature, in that case, they'll certainly bring you to some kind of forest, kind of like Gulliver's Travels, and perhaps you know what? That's our message. If I mentioned a start, that's our message. Sorry for today. To be nature oriented and to be frozen in terms of not making important decisions and wait for better times. Not that it's going to be a bad day, but give it a go at thinking and be like Jehovah Witness that it's not a lot to think. Like Lucifer teaches, you can think. So he's the bringer of light, and light brings knowledge besides rationality. So right. Now you see that religion and spirituality is not all about opening your third eye or doing these things that have become standard, like chakras and stuff. It's more of understanding that every part of the universe is part of us, and then if you understand the smallest idea perfectly, even at a humble level, it doesn't have to be Buddha. Then if you understand that perfectly, automatically the rest is yours. But if you want to aim too high and you want to aim to spirit while not understanding it perfectly, then you will also miss the so-called small pleasures of life. So I want to leave you like that, and thank you for following me. I hope you enjoyed today's meditation. So we've been to hell energetically, we've been inside a fiery forest, and then we've approached heaven when close to it. You continue this meditation. If you want to go upwards, you can go and see the angels and stuff. We've meditated with angels already, so we meditated with them many times. You make that choice of deciding which part of you. So if you call forth demons, they'll take you down to see what hell is about if they think you're deserving. Angels show me what heaven is like. You can't go to purgatory, but I could describe it in another video, perhaps tonight, or maybe within a couple of weeks or so, within a month or so. And then so angels, fairies, and demons, you go, God Pan and fairy queens and kings, pagan gods, go to any river, the unicorns, and physical river, and lose yourself, or either look at yourself in the water to see a reflection of yourself. But if you want to go deeper, more infernally, you have to melt your image in the water and become, with the first stage of alchemy, become one with the flow. And if you don't let yourself go with the flow, you become deluded. So this alchemy is what the angel Lucifer would have understood better if he was given the chance to portray it. And when alchemy was born, we never realized that it's the same passage that all demons went through when they lost their image, including Lilith, who was originally a woman, because she's close to me now, and she's I can feel that she's remembering what she went through, and who she came to be. So not a woman, but a queen, and but also giving up on her human sexuality to get closer to spirit. So when we understand that the first passage of alchemy, I'm the first person to say it, is to get lost, not lost, meaning perversion, but get lost, like TV series Lost. To get lost in what is the simple reflection or difference. Alchemy is something that I've completed my great work, so I've many lifetimes ago. So I have the Philosopher's Stone that Saint Germain gave to me time ago, perhaps a couple of years, maybe a month. Perhaps he'll give it to me in 2 years, but no, I have it, so I won't give it away. It could be yesterday. I mean, I've received it during this incarnation, so which is my last. So I have, because I've got nothing more to learn. So I have pretty long immortal life ahead of me in terms of spirit and more. This is it. And I think that when we think of alchemy, and Michael would have performed it, something like elevating yourself directly to see the splendor and grace that is God, but a human can't do that. So a human is better served by making him understand that he's got power, he's got energy, and he's got grace. And but all of these concepts, all of these realities have become concepts in modern day society, and that's a pity. So when you understand the nature of man, and you understand the nature of spirit, and you understand the nature of the gods, then you understand who you are. So I want to give you fairy blessings today, and I want to give you unicorn blessings today, and elves blessings, and dragons blessings, and I want to give you the blessings of the goddess Lilith, and I want to give you all types of blessings that you can receive in order to be the person of your dreams. And again, getting lost in the image of yourself, so you realize you're part of the universe. That's realizing you're part of the universe is one of the consequences of unleashing the potential of alchemy. That's different stages, let's say about 400. Each one takes about a couple of years at least. If you want to do it the scruffy way, it can take a month, but then the end results won't be as gratifying. Doing it properly, a good alchemical work would last at least, like mine, 10,000 years, but you can complete it in 1,000. 5 to 700 is okay. Less is feasible. I mean, you can even do it in 20 years, but 30 years perhaps, but really you won't, you'll come to the right work, get the Philosopher's Stone, not from Saint Germain maybe, and it's not going to be the same. So thank you for following me, and I am following you, and I'll be with you in spirit when needed. And to get a reading, email me at esotericservices@america.com. Ciao!